Here we go. We're coming back online. Okay. All right. We're back. Hey, Carl. Carlo. How's it going? I cannot pronounce that full name, so I'm not going to try to. Carl or Carlo is what I'll use. All right. Let me quickly get our music back going up again here. All right. We'll keep it quiet, and there we go. So, we have to get some money in game. We need to get some rep, and then I want to go to Hathor. And I want to try out salvaging right now. Ah, gotcha, dude. Okay. How's that been treating you for payouts as a 4-7? Hopefully it will let us in. First time I'm in a Reclaimer. Are you solo in a Reclaimer? The Reclaimer is such a cool ship, but it needs some love. Like, the entire back portion of it just needs to be redone. The front's fine, sick, awesome. The back, like, why doesn't it just open up? You've been bounty hunting and medical. Nice, okay. Solo all day. Yeah, solo gang. Just rough in a big ship. All right. I feel bad. We were live just a minute ago, then we had a PC crash. I think it's all fine now. Complete C2 in 5 minutes. Damn. So are you using like I don't salvage your mine, but I know there are different heads that you use that have different speeds. So are you using like the fastest like heads on the salvaging nodes, guns, tools? That's the word. I am proficient in English sometimes. Other times I am a babbling buffoon. Come on, are we even loading? Entity's number is stalled. I don't think we're loading. Do we need to reset our character? Really quick, just in case. I don't think there's any info that shows up. But we're just going to do this just to make sure. 1 second, guys. We're just doing a character reset. Count dashboard. Have they fixed the Aurora bug where if you die in it, you get desynced from the universe? I think that's what was happening to us. All right. Okay, we're back in. Oh, I need to turn on the view again here. Let me go do that. And this time we will pray to make sure we actually get in. These are loading at first. We got past 7K, but then we're stuck in 8K. Really hope I don't have to like verify files or something. We did just update, but yeah, I don't think it likes me right now. That's it. You know, this the average struggles of trying to enjoy Star Citizen. I have got a really good build for the Hornet Ghost that I want to test out a lot. And I want to earn the money for that build with the Aurora, because even though I know now that the Aurora is not good at PvP, like, shocker, spoiler alert, there it is. It still seems like it's a fun ship to do certain roles in. Like, I'm gonna take it to Hathor. I'm gonna take it to Hathor for looting, and we'll see how it does there. All right. Let's cross our fingers, everyone. Let's see if we can get in. It's still giving me invalid location ID, and it stops at the exact same number, 8054. That is frustrating. If character repair isn't gonna fix it, what do we do? Verify game files, I guess. I mean, we could go back into Arena Commander, but there was nobody in it when I was in there last time. American servers are no good for you. Is that because of like location, or is that just because the American servers are broken right now? Yeah, so we did initiate a repair. All right, let's try squadron battle then. I doubt there's anybody in it. And I doubt if there are that they're running a PU build because the PU builds are awful to run. Every time I get on the broken, everything's glitching out and stuff. And I live in Ohio. Oh shit. Okay. I was hoping that that would have been fixed. Arena Commander's Collection Battle in the Easy Hab? I've literally never seen this before. What? Oh, I forgot to turn back on my track IR when I restarted the computer, but I've never seen this before. What? I mean, it's kind of cool and kind of stupid at the same time. This is the squadron battle lobby. That's helped me with ship control so much. Weird. Sorry about that crash out, S1. We're running into issues all over, not just in the computer, but we actually can't even get into the PU right now. Got you. The walls aren't forgiving. Yeah. Let's see. We'll try free flight again, just any map. Just pray we find something to do because PU's not letting us in. No one's in here. All right, it says we're in New Babbage. Let's try again. I'm gonna watch the enemy count and see if it rises. Is that like an April Fool's? Dude, I've never seen it before. And it's not like I entirely live in Arena Commander, but like twice in a row. Whoa. Yeah, it definitely seems. It reminds me of those Gary's mod maps, you know? Okay, we're rising. We're stopping. Please, game. I just want to play. Yeah, we're stuck at 8K again. It is not gonna let us into the PU. You can see them missing it by like a day or saying it happens a day early in this universe. It's cute. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, guys, it's not letting us into anything with players right now. That's frustrating. Let's skip this song. We'll just pause that for right fucking now. Oh man, that's really frustrating. I was hoping to record some stuff and then be able to make the video tomorrow. Because I have two ideas that would be great, but I need to get some footage with them. How are things going for you, man? Watching. I don't feel like attempting your first name right now because that is like going to be a tongue twister for my specific type of weirdness in speaking. Hope you're doing well, man. The reason there wasn't a video today is because on Saturday I was doing a 10-hour endurance race online in my sim rig, and I needed Saturday Sunday to recover from that. All right, we're gonna try the Australian servers. We can't try any other server. Okay, something is definitely fucky wucky. My avatar is still active in game. Are we though? Like, are we though? I guess if this doesn't work, we will verify game files. Does anyone want to see the opening laps of that race while we verify game files? I want to play Star Citizen, but Star Citizen is fighting me. Yep, stuck at 80-50. Yeah. I don't want to blend over because I have two different channels. One's for sim racing, one's for that. But damn. Let's see here. All right, here we go. This, you know, I do love this game. That will never change unless they really change it. But God, can this game be frustrating to play sometimes? There we go. All right, so this was the race. This was the 812 kilometers of Qatar. And here, I'll turn up that temporarily so you guys can hear it. But yeah, so this is on Le Mans Ultimate, which is a pretty hardcore racing sim. It's not quite as high fidelity as iRacing, but still like a racing sim. We're trying to warm up the tires here in the formation lap a little bit. Basically, so this is the Lusail Park racing circuit in Qatar. There are 38 cars in the field, and we're going for 10 hours. I have first stint. I qualified in actually P34 because of, well, frankly, I just wasn't on pace, but that was still the best lap I'd ever done. So we start off, get a good launch. We're passing these initial cars here. And they were 4 wide there, which is sketchy because even though this is a wide turn, it does tighten as we go around the right side here.
Car left. Hold clear left.
Right now, my whole job is just stay out of trouble, right? Because this game has full damage. It has full like repair time simulation.
Well done, Eric.
So this is a 10-hour race. If we take a bad hit, and we might spend 5, 10, 15 minutes in the pits repairing that damage, right? So they go off there. They're going to rejoin here. This is going to be this other Mercedes on the left here.
And Baz have binned it.
He spins out, goes out, takes a right-hander on straight.
Clear left. Left side. Clear left.
And we're just pushing. So right now we've gone up, you know, what is that, like 7 positions already? Just in the first lap, because the cars are flying off, and we're just keeping it together, right? So I'm kind of intentionally underdriving the car initially to not spin out while the tires are still cold. Because it's not until about 80 degrees Celsius that you can really push them. Not a horrific start. Now we're in this triple right-hander section. This actually gets really difficult for the third one because it really tightens here. So you need to have a really clean exit line or you're going to go off the curb. And if you go off that curb, you hit gravel and it unsettles the whole car.
Clear right.
Because all those brown patches are gravel. That's not road.
Car right.
So cars are trying to push in this side around me here. They back out just in time, so I maintain the position up ahead of them.
Woo!
So now we're at 8 positions gained.
The P26.
Okay, Eric.
Kyle, you're here!
Spot on.
And I'll mute myself as I'm talking to my friend there really quick. Because basically I started the race and none of my team was online. I'm like, I really hope they get online. So that's what that was. But, oh, and then this car spun on the track, so we have to avoid him.
The car in front is
Which gives him a slower re-entry, and we get right up next to him. This car is pushing in on our mirror here.
left side.
More cars are just having issues in the section. They're spinning off. I actually use him. I use that guy because this guy was close on our sides here. So here, we'll go back to that, right? So this guy was really close on our sides, and then we see his car spinning off. And I see him going there. So I take a gamble here. Right here, I say, hey, if I go left right in front of that car, this guy can't follow me there. And so he already sees that. He's backing off, see? So I'm literally using this red car. Now, this is dangerous because if that car accelerates back on the track, which you're not supposed to do what you can, he's going to kill me. But he doesn't. And now this guy falls away, and now his attack is over, right?
Alex has crashed.
I did a 2
Now we go
1.
we go wide here, just because we carried too much speed in that corner. That's okay. We rejoin. Opening laps are very generous on track limits because you have to do a lot of avoidance.
I wouldn't even worry about pace. I would genuinely just say, like, yo, just keep.
This was me telling my teammate here in the chat because he was the slower driver. Like, dude, like I tried my best, and then we were P30 freaking 2. So stay alive. But yeah, we keep fighting, trying to back and cash this Porsche here. We're in the Mercedes AMG GT car. This car spins out on the side here. Another free position gained. Like in these low skill lobbies, it really is all. And I want to clarify, this is not top split. This is in the shit bags. This is the shitters. Okay, that's where I belong. And it really is like survival can be better than raw pace because if you can just keep control of your car and keep it on track, a lot of people can't. So we get a really good run through here, but we have to give up. So we have to actually lift off our throttle here because he's in the way. We can't just drive in the back of him, right? But we're getting ready to attack him.
58.24. Yellow flag. Watch out.
Yeah, I have a whole nother channel that does just this stuff.
It's green. It looks like
We're just watching this because Star Citizen is being lame, and this is what I was doing Saturday. So he goes in the pits there, goes in another free position because he had a drive-through penalty. So he did his start incorrectly. So now he has to drive through the pits and lose a lot of time, lose about 30 seconds on track. So this guy, this Aston Martin's attacking, and we're gonna see him and give him space because it was too late for us to defend.
Still right side's clear.
Defensive moves have to be preemptive, not reactive, right? So if there's a guy close behind me, when I enter the next line or the next straight, that's when I can defend. This guy comes back on really close, and I have to sort of pull tighter to make sure we don't collide. And that compromises my speed slightly, so now they start to walk away again, right? But like I was saying with defense, you can't like see a guy coming and go like, nope, I'm getting over. You have to already be aware of them, and then as you like right now, if I wanted to defend, I would stay to the left here because that's the inside of the racing line. But I can't react to their movements. I have to preempt their movements. That's how you can safely defend. And then once you make your move, you keep it. And unless the door opens up and you can return to the racing line or stuff. It's all about driving predictably, right? You can defend somebody without weaving all over the place and endangering your car and theirs.
We've been warned about track limits.
So yeah, this game is the official racing sim. Yeah, we dive bomb in here. Keep it tight, no contact, clean overtake, get him back. But it's the official racing game of the WEC, or the World Endurance Championship. It also has ELMS, the European Le Mans Series, but they just teased IMSA content, and IMSA is all the American endurance stuff. So we're gonna get like Daytona 24 hours, all these other really cool races. So now we're in and we're attacking this next BMW here. We're up to P19 from P34, all in the first couple of laps. And I am not faster than these guys. I'm just, I'm really good at these starts. So
Oh, in the back, in the back, in the back.
what happens here, when we go back slightly, what happens here is this guy gets a good run, gets around me. This guy's attacking. This Porsche in the rearview mirror basically misses his braking mark. So he's never going to make this corner. He's carrying too much speed. He's going to fly off into this red section, maybe into the gravel. So he uses my car as his brake. I don't think it's fully intentional, but that's what happens. That's the only reason why he makes the corner.
Ooh,
And bumps us there, unsettles our rear, and gives us some damage. Now that's not bad damage. That's sort of rear splitter damage. So just a little bit of downforce we lost.
Oh, in the back, in the back, in the back.
Right. That's disappointing, but you have
Now
to keep
they have a bump which really compromises this forge line. So we go around the Ford here.
clear left. You've had a bit of bodywork damage.
So we've dropped down now to
Yeah,
P20.
just some rear splitter damage.
We're almost gonna be done. We're almost gonna be done. Because I don't keep it fully together. So two cars behind us. I do just take the corner. I just assume that they aren't going to dive that from that far back. They have a bit of contact which slows them down again. And then, listen, we're just still chasing down this Aston again. Because we were kind of trading places with him, right? We get kind of a bad exit through there and it kind of starts to disappear and this guy gets a run on us.
Two is yellow.
Comes back in. So I know he's now going to attack. Boom, right there, big collision. Once again, I use my sort of avoidance skills to get around it. And now he's dropped back because he lifted while I didn't lift, right? So now I'm attacking this BMW and we're back into 18th.
Right. The guy ahead
Almost
of us
done,
is
guys.
Mike.
Not with the whole race. We do finish the race, but with what I'm going to show. Because I do make a mistake that's pretty crucial here. After having a really nice first couple laps. So here we go. We got a great run on this exit. We get alongside him, and we just park ourselves on the apex. So he can't come into our space, right? And now we're ahead.
Still there.
Now we're about to enter those triple right-handers in the orange section.
Side's clear.
They are really high speed,
Got him.
and they're also really hard to do. So right here, basically, as I knew he was going to try again, I should have gone over and blocked him off, and I can't do it now. It's too late. Now it would be reactionary. I needed to do it at the start of the straight, right? If I had, then I would have had the inside line. Instead, I kind of held off, defended against this Ford instead, which would have had the outside line. So this was my big error here, is I gave him the inside line. So now, as we come through, he has a shorter line to the corners. Now we're alongside in these very high speed triple right-handers. We get through the first one okay, and I am leaving space, but he can't get all the way over here to get the proper line through this corner because you have to maximize your track width. So I'm over here to attack the corner here. I will be able to make it even that far, but he's 6, 7, 8 feet to my right, and he's going to have a very shallow corner with a lot of speed. He's not going to make the turn. So as we turn in, you see I'm turning more than he is. His car is angled like that towards me, so he's understeering. He's running out of front grip. He can't turn more. He's not intentionally hitting me, guys. He can't turn more. And so by me giving him the inside line and then hanging out and not backing off to kind of let us both through, we had this collision here. It's very minor. There's no damage.
Save it.
Alright. Yellow flag in sector 3.
But
Yeah,
boom,
going too
we're
wide
spun
there was
around.
risky.
And by the time we get going again, we're P29 and we've got to fight to recover. So an amazing opening stint, all done wrong by one mistake on the previous straight against who I defended against, right? So that was the highlight and low light, and we're not even done verifying. We're not even done verifying. But yeah, we had 3 drivers for that race. I was just the first one. And we each did 2 1 hour and 40-minute stints for the complete 10-hour race. But yeah, I know that is very much not Star Citizen and not what you guys are here for, and I have a whole different channel for that. I was just trying to kill time while we were doing this. But yeah, hopefully it was interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah. It just all comes down to that. Yeah, it was definitely a very fun start to the race. It's literally right here as I take the position. If I just go wide, if I just straighten the steering wheel, go wide, and take the middle of the track. So right here's where I could have done it, right? Just go out wider, take the middle of the track, take the defensive line. Sure, this Ford would have gotten around the left side of me, but then he would have been in that position that I was in. But by staying tight I give him the ability to sort of sneak up here, and once we get any sort of overlap, like right there, I now owe him room. I can't just drive in there like he's not there. So this was the mistake that cost us so many places.
All right.
Like, a lot of people think that like racing, especially they aren't into it, it's like, oh man, racing's either driving in circles or it's all about just, you know, who has the biggest balls, who brakes the latest, who drives the fastest. And there's a part of that, but there's also this like this strategy, this mental game, this mental sort of chess fight that you only get in the real sims. Like, you won't get this in Forza. You won't get this in anything but like B-Split or above Gran Turismo even. And Gran Turismo is more, you know, a little bit more hardcore than Forza and stuff. And you definitely won't get it in Mario Kart, right? But you, in these real sims, you get these sort of mental battles. And it's not just the on-track battle that's happening right here. We're also doing strategy for how we want our tires, how we want our fuel, how we do all this stuff for our pit stops. And it's really fun, really engaging. I kind of like it for the same reason why I like Star Citizen in a way, where it's, you know, it's a skill I can constantly chase. And even though I am bad, because this was very much bottom split, this was the lowest skill people, we're still not done. I am faffing, guys. I'm faffing about trying to hope that this gets done. But yeah.
Yep. Save it. Save it.
So we'll
Risky.
skip.
We're okay. That's unfortunate, but going too wide in there was risky.
But yeah, I need to work on that mic placement and stuff, because it sounds really bad compared to this mic, and it's almost the same mic. So I can make it sound better. Yeah, so I mean, anyways, like I was saying, I guess, guys, please speak up if you're bored. Just I'm sure you are. But my second fastest driver in the race had just gotten in with this. I think that means it's finished, but where is it? With this wheelbase. Now, granted, he already had pedals that I'd given him, and I gave him a wheel rim, so $300 that. But that's a really good direct drive base. You would want to convert it to that, so $360. Then also there's Moza, which I do think Moza does get sold at Micro Center, and like Moza has a 3 Nm wheelbase that's stupid cheap. Yeah, here we go. And this has a desk clamp and stuff, so you don't need to hard mount it to a rig or stuff. Why are we like not on US prices? Hold on. Yeah, so here we go. Like if you wanted to get into PC sim racing, you could get this bundle for $280, which is $200 more than what you paid for it. But you'll get a desk clamp, you'll get a pedal set, you'll get a rim, you'll get a direct drive wheelbase that has replaceable rims, so you can swap out stuff and like have different style of racing rims. Like I like the Formula and the GT style ones. People like the round ones. And this is a direct drive force feedback motor. Yes, this one's only 3 Nm, but that's still way better than the 0 that you have right now. And of course, you know, there's Fanatec, which I use and my buddy uses, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's still quite good. $400 is a 5 Newton meter bundle. I just failed at speaking there. All right, we're done with the sim racing talk, guys. Let's pray that this got us into the games. If it didn't, I don't know what we're doing. Sure, man. Yeah. Alternatively, like, okay, I have a hard time recommending it unless I said we're done and we're not. There's the Logitech G29 or G920, any of the cheap Logitech racing wheels, right? These are really old, but like I said, you can get them for pretty cheap, and you can get them used for pretty cheap too. These are really old, and so they use gear and belts that kind of clackle a lot, and they still give you force feedback, and it feels fine, but they're very loud and noisy and kind of annoying, and that's why, like, I like the entry level direct drive wheelbases instead, because they are dead silent and they have cleaner force feedback with more detail, but they are a little bit more expensive. And then of course you can go all the way up to the expensive stuff like I have. Like technically my wheelbase is like $800. So, okay, let's pray to God. I don't think it's gonna work, guys. Training servers is temporary locked while your avatar is still active in the game. Oh, I am almost certain. I am almost certain it's not going to let us in. No hezzy. I want to try no hezzy. So like I got bit by like the competitive side of sim racing. So I started with Forza Motorsport, and that game was terrible, but it was my first love. Then I went to Gran Turismo, which had its own daily race ranked system. Then I went to iRacing of all things, and now I'm in iRacing and LMU mostly. You know, I really like, once again, getting better, but also having that ranked matchmaking where it puts you in people of your same skill level. So you aren't just joining in and having some alien disappear down the track. They're all, as you saw from that race, like I was with my own people there, and it makes you look better. It's more fun to race against, as long as you reach like a certain level of like safety rating, because the real like newbies are lethal lobbies that you just got to escape, you know. I don't know what's gonna freaking. I'm really disappointed that we're not able to get in. I'm just gonna say that. So I was really hoping to have a nice long stream, get some content, because I have 2 different videos I want to make. Tomorrow I have a long drive out to out to somewhere. I almost just revealed where I live. Anyways, I have a very long drive for work. But like, I think this is the build. I genuinely think right now for 4.7, guys, this is the build. Because you have the bugged NNs that will damage everything in the game. I don't have my head tracking on. But then you have a full anti-fighter loadout with the rhinos that can still do a little bit. You have to do some special bindings with your guns to make sure you don't waste shots. But those NNs will damage anything in the game, 1400 meters per second, and instant recharge. So you never run out of ammo, so you can get through all shields. As you can see, we're not capacitor bound. Yeah, do it, man. All right, and now I want on weapons. Okay, so this is what I want to test. Here we go. So let's put the NN14s. There. Okay. What do I think about light strikes? So light strikes are all right. They don't have enough alpha to deal with all threats. They have great velocity to pair with something, but they also have a high capacitor cost. That's the real downside of the light strikes, is they have, I believe, a 1.5 energy pip requirement, which means, especially on a weapon on a ship like the Hornet or anything really that has more than 3 guns, it's very hard to justify a light strike build, because you run out of capacitor and then you're gonna have a long recharge, right? But you know, having one there as like sort of an additional thing that you can tie into an anti-fighter loadout is probably a good force multiplier, but you really need to watch your capacitors this patch, because you can't afford to be down against these larger ship shields, right? I need vehicle weapons again. No, kitty. Here we go. So now I have that solo, I have this, and now I have both. And I can change between weapon groups. Different pips. So I think this is going to be the meta loadout for a Hornet. I guess let's take it into Pirate Swarm just to test it out. Now, we should probably swap into A-class components here. But I want to keep it stealth. Or is it Mirage? Slipstream. And Snowblind. Yeah, so the best weapon in the game right now is the size 2 neutron cannons, Heretic. Just straight up, because and unfortunately it's because it's bugged. Okay, and we're just gonna go into offline Pirate Swarm because we want it to actually start. But yeah, so it's bugged, and what that means is basically it will have instant recharge, and you'll never have to stop shooting with it. But I can show you here in a second here. We do have them on our size 2 slots here. All right, so top left of the screen where we have our MFD cast, you see those 67 numbers? Those are our size 2 neutron cannons. Those are these guys, okay? Now look how quick they come back. I'm firing, I let go. They're instantly topped off again. That's the bug. They also have insane capacitor charge that you don't get on other ships. And they can damage everything in the game. They also only take 1 pip of power. They don't take 1.5 like Omnis or Light Strikes. All right. Mine. Weapon groups are... Kitty, you are not supposed to be on that keyboard. Holy crap, you almost blew me up.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, it's crazy overpowered. You can right now you can get them at Levski, and I definitely think you should. I think they're supposed to have a capacitor of 25 with a long recharge. But instead now they're just, you know, they're everything. God, I need to restart the game anyways to fix my head tracking. But this is by far, for right now, until it's fixed, the best loadout you can possibly do on a Hornet. And oh shit, we're gonna crash. Yeah, and so really any ship, but like the Hornet has 2 size 2 slots already, so you're not giving up any size. But here's the thing, I would absolutely downsize a size 3 to a size 2 and then 14. It's only the size 2 that has this issue. The game crashed. It's okay, you know what? We're gonna get our track IR up. That's what we're gonna do. Star Citizen is making it very hard to love it right now. All I want to do. Okay, so the F7C is a very interesting and fun ship. It's going to be, I'll tell you right, use the keyword sometimes. So it all depends on how the opponent flies. Okay, if they don't know what they're doing, or conversely, if they are in a bigger ship than you, you are the light fighter and you fly the light fighter away. You centralize the pip. You dodge how you dodge. The F7 is still small enough to dodge fire. And I just want to check really quick, guys, because I really want to get PvP in. I just want to see. Nope, our character is still dead. That's so frustrating. Okay. Oh, it's a race. Why do you change what I have selected, you stupid game? Anyways, when you're fighting a light fighter who knows what they're doing, you need to create deflection. So if you're already familiar with the concepts of neutralizing the pip to stay close or get far, it's a very similar thing, but you invert what you do. So if the pip is to the left, instead of pulling to the left to match that pip, you pull to the right. And you will use your forward strafe. You do not get caught into a back strafe loop, okay? Your most powerful thruster is your forward strafe, is your main thrusters, okay? So if you're only back strafing, they're always going to catch you, right? However, if you're creating pip deflection where your relative velocities are different, and then you thrust forward, you're going to constantly be pulling away from them, even though you're pressing forward and looking at them. It will swing you out wide, okay? So against big ships, you fly it like a light fighter. Against heavy fighters, against you know, multi-role ships, bigger ships, it is the same thing. You neutralize the pip, get in close, get over the turn rate, kill them. Against a light fighter who doesn't know what they're doing, you can just mash them and aim trade them and kill them. Against a good light fighter, you need to maintain distance. If they get over your turn rate, you're dead.
Advanced aerospace. All systems online.
There we go. That's the proper weapon config for our thing to work.
Okay. Shields online.
And we have head tracking. I need to turn off these though. There we go. Now we've got it all set correctly. Kitty.
Shields hit.
For a second, is this guy doing the same thing? I'm neutralizing the pip, then using that to get in close,
Target destroyed.
get the kill. And we're just going to pretend this Aurora is a little bit more dangerous than it is, right? So once I get to the pip, even right now I can kind of tell which direction he's flying, so I'm going to Neutralize will get close enough. Now my goal is to keep that pip as far from him as possible. So right now I'm going to literally strafe away from it and keep this deflection. And I am pushing forward though. But notice, look, we got farther away. That pip disappeared. So even with forward thrust, we were getting farther away. And that is how you maintain distance. Now you really want to keep them within like 800 to like 400. And if they get closer than that, you need to get the fuck out.
Can't lose anyone else.
But you have more shields, more guns. So it's actually easier if you're a little bit worse and you're not quite as good at evading fire. Because you're going to get hit anyways, right?
I need a hand.
But then you're able to... You're able to ting a bit more because you have more stats, right? The Hornet is a very good fighter.
There you go.
Obviously, 2 pilots of equal skill at the top level. It will lose to a light fighter every time. But that's just not the reality of PU. And stealth in this Ghost is super interesting to me.
Shields hit. Target destroyed.
My kitty really wants attention. You little brat. You little brat cat. Go to your bed. Does that make sense, S1? All right, so here's a Gladius. Now it's not going to be an actual PvP fight. He's not going to fly like a PvP player, but once again, all right. So we're going to push away, and we are going to forward thrust though. I'm going to boost here, and I'm going to get farther and farther away from him. Nope. Pull that way. You can use some. You can use some backstrafe, but what you do not want to happen is that you get caught into backstrafe. Okay? If you get caught into backstrafe, they will always catch you. So you need to extend the orbit fight. You need to keep them in an orbit fight. If you don't,
Target destroyed.
oh dude, this build is sick though. I'm just gonna say it. It required me to kind of rework how I think about weaponry.
Shield down. Target destroyed.
But the Hornet is eating so good this patch. I think the Hornet might be the best fighter this patch, either that or the Wolf. But now that we know about the NNs, until the NNs are fixed, right? We're going to literally use the NNs to ship the armor here. Then go back to our total loadout. And now we're doing a lot here. Look at that. Look at how good that is. And guys, the NNs still might be amazing even after they fix this bug because they only cost 1 power instead of 1.5. Yeah, the NNs are incredible. So, and you only need a few of them. And so you can have a fighter loadout and damage every ship in the game. Yeah, so you need to manage the distance. You cannot let them get close. Like I said, if you use backstrafe, they always will. So you need to get them into the binary circle, into the orbit fight, where you can use your main thrusters to attack them when you have a differential in velocity.
We lost one.
Shields hit. Target
Holy
destroyed.
shit, that was one of our ships.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, this is going very good.
destroyed.
Bastards. I'm taking so much damage.
Target destroyed.
I'm really sad that I can't seem to get into any actual multiplayer though, guys. I don't want to just play against bots. Just I'll do another character repair once it's up in an hour, which I think we should be getting close to our hour mark from where we tried the first one, and we'll try it again. I really do want to play 4.7. I've only played 4.7 on, you know, the day it launched, and then it was bugging out, and then the rest of the week I was training for that 10-hour race. I need to start making content. This is a video right here, guys. This Hornet build
Fire.
is gonna be part of my re-review of the Hornet and say, yo guys, the Hornet is absolutely incredible.
Shields hit.
Damn it, we lost one of
Target
ours.
destroyed.
Ooh.
I'm hit! Oh god, I'm hit!
All right, hold up.
Okay.
I got a little too distracted by the Cutlass. Delete you.
Target destroyed.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
Okay. Shields hit.
Ah, shit the bed!
Oh, these are two.
Down.
Okay. Let's try and separate.
Offline.
Two of them together is a little annoying. We need to deal with their fighter screen too.
How about some help over here?
Target destroyed.
Okay, he's down.
Taking damage.
Okay, gotta pull away again. Need to manage our health here. We're out of boost. That's not good.
Shields hit.
Damn it!
Target
We lost
destroyed.
one.
All right. Have the repair at least. All right.
Shield down.
We're gonna bleed here a bit until we get under one of them. Like this. And I'm still gonna bleed a bit.
Target
Shit,
Okay.
we lost one.
Yep. When there's two of them on there, it's rough. How's it going, Don? We're having a very unfortunate bug where I can't join anything multiplayer at all. I can't join PU, I can't join multiplayer. Are we in, Commander?
Anvil Aerospace.
So I'm showcasing what I believe is the most meta build for the Hornet. And I think the Hornet is a top fighter this patch. Which shouldn't be anything new, but hey. Yeah, I even tried to join you in there, man.
Shields hit.
So we're gonna do another character repair, our second one, and see if that lets us in. 'Cause I really want to get into PvP and verse. I haven't been able to play any Star Citizen,
Target destroyed.
because the first night we played it was bugged, and the then I had to train for an endurance race. I'm doing I did a 10-hour
Got something for you.
endurance race, the 1812 kilometers of Qatar in LMU. Jesus Christ. And so that was a fun race on Saturday. Then I needed Sunday to recover. So today I was going to record a bunch of footage and make a video tomorrow. But I can't get in today.
That was one of ours.
But anyways, this is the build. It is a full anti-fighter loadout for the top part of the ship. And then distortion cannons on the size 2 nose guns. Now these size 2 nose guns are currently bugged, but they are the best weapons in the game because of that bug, okay? So they're the NN14s, specifically the size 2 versions. You can't get the bigger size ones, okay? But if we go back over down here on my MFD and to my self status, look at this. So right now we have them selected for our pip, right? So they have 67 charge there. We're going to fire some. So we're gonna do this. These can damage every ship in the game, right? They've got 1400 meters per second, just like the Omnis, okay? But then watch what happens when I let go. Instant recharge. So this entirely counters all the shield buffs. They will never stop firing. They can damage every ship in the game, and they have a capacitor that's insanely big, and not a 25 capacitor. And then you can just use that to ship armor, and then use your main fighter weapons to deal with the rest of it.
Hostile contacts remaining.
Yeah.
Contact. Elite units
So
en route.
this is that's the build for the Hornet Ghost, Panthers, Rhinos, and Ends. That's what the video would have been about, and we would have been doing a lot of PvP and verse. I was going to go to Hathor or try to see if I can't quickly enough get access to Rockbreaker. But I've been literally unable to play any of the 4.7 since it launched.
One of ours.
But the 10-hour race went well, and that was very fun. Oh, I know it's way too late. We were going to hit the station. I also will say the the Aurora is disappointed for combat, obviously, but it's still an interesting ship to me. If I didn't have a Shiv, it'd be a lot more interesting, because it fills the same role as the Shiv and has the same flight characteristics as the Shiv, but has worse shields and worse guns than the Shiv. But if they just give it some more G's, God, it could have been so fun. So here we go. We're going to be using our NNs to strip armor, which I think aren't on the right. Here, there's the right pip. There we go.
Shields hit.
And now we just do that. Boom. I wouldn't know about it, sadly.
Elite units en route.
The ship isn't so incredible. It's absolutely a top tier ship. The fact that the Aurora flies like it is still sad though, because the Aurora should fly better than it. This is technically a light fighter. But I'm not going to give up on the Aurora just yet. I'm going to keep mine. I love how it looks. I still think actually it could be fun to take the Hathor, not to fight in, but to loot in. And I'm hoping that they create like a racing or an interceptor module for it that will give it more G's, or that they will rebalance it eventually. So we're gonna use all guns to get the shields down here in the rear. Okay. The shields are down. Now we're just gonna switch to just, they weren't fully down, so we're gonna, there we go. Now we're switching to just the neutrons to ship that armor. Good to go. We almost had our armor penned. Let's focus on one of these attackers here. Okay, this guy.
Taking heavy fire.
Shields hit.
All right, we're gonna pull away here, get some shields back, and get some boost back. I fully agree, but I also wish it didn't fucking annihilate its G's, dude. Like, it's a small loss of maneuverability, guys. It's 2 G's on every axis. That is so huge. That is a 10% loss of maneuverability on every axis.
Target
Shit,
destroyed.
we lost one of our own.
Like, I really think some people at CIG, not all of them, but just some of them, don't understand what small is. Small would be like 0.3 Gs. That would be like a worthy trade-off. But 2 is absolutely, completely insane. The same reason these people balance the Super Hornet do. Alright, who the fuck's on me?
Shields hit.
You. You have ballistics too, which is annoying.
Target destroyed.
There goes my insurance premium.
Get these shields down. Trip armor. Armor is stripped, so we can now damage everything. I can confirm it because I have all these weapons on different fire groups, so I can mix them like that. We're okay.
Contact. Elite units en route.
Bogey.
No, exactly. Done. Exactly. I'm just gonna hold out hope that they will rebalance it, and maybe I can put out a petition for them to buff it, because being big is already a huge debuff, and I really wish people would acknowledge that. There's no reason it should be losing fights to the Mark 1. Right now it is. The Saber can do this. The Saber can do this, guy. You either only do one size 2 or you do 2. The Saber has the same capacitor as the ship. Now you won't have the same firepower, but you will never have the same firepower as a Hornet and a Saber. They just have different weapons packages, right? No, the Saber can do this exact same thing.
Shields hit. Shield down.
My stealth isn't really working against him.
Lock.
Little help over here.
Mark 1 eyeball, baby. Oh, you can't rage kite big ships anymore, guys. To be fair though, the recharge is insane. That's the real reason you can't do it. You absolutely can't hit them. It's just the recharge.
Hit.
We're probably not going to beat this guy solo.
Shield down.
We have no way of disabling turrets.
Shield down.
We've almost got his front shields down.
Shield down. Weapon system destroyed.
But once again,
Destroyed.
what we need to compare here is not what me and a solo guy can do. It'd be okay, so he's got what? A pilot and 6 gunners?
Shield.
So now imagine he's dealing with 7 Hornets with this loadout, right? How can you tell when armor shredded? That's a great question. It's really hard. What you need to do is basically have it set up.
Aerospace.
First, of course, you have to be through shields because otherwise armor still applies. You need to be able to have your weapons on different fire groups, right? So I actually have 2 different ways I can fire my NNs, which are my armor shippers. I've got my front trigger, which I actually push forward to fire. Okay. Then I have my first trigger pull, which, of course, since I died, got reset. So we go back to weapon groups here. So we take these off here. You have to set up your weapon groups to do this, right? So. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I've got a weapon group that's just that, a weapon group that's just that, and if I pull in twice, I have both, right? So I can literally fire this and then do little taps of this and see if the ship flashes red, okay? If it flashes red, you're penning. And then I can just pull down the trigger, you know, give them all hell, right?
Shields online.
If the ship flashes red, you are penning. Now, against the hammerhead here, there's like almost nothing I can do. I'm wondering if I could like bait it into the station. Yes. Any weapon. If it flashes red, it does it. But the way I'm determining it and knowing when I'm penning is because I can fire them independently of my always penning weapons. If I just do this all the time, I'm not sure. Now, granted, I have unlimited ammo in this loadout, but not everyone does. And you will want to save your ammo for those cases, right?
This is starting to piss me off.
Shields hit. Shield down.
Yeah, there's almost no way we can do this, sadly, anymore. No range control and no teammates. So we're just going to restart the scenario. We'll see. I might restart the whole game and just see if we can get into online, because I really want to do PvP. But, okay. This was all grayed out before. I want everyone who's here, please cross your fingers, cross your toes, you know, squeeze your butt cheeks. Please let us in. We have not been able to play 4.7 since it has dropped. So we are going to need to get money. We are broke in live. But once we get money and we get some components, we'll be able to run that build. I really hope it works, guys. It might not have worked though. Damn it, the end of these number is frozen again. Oh, I got so hopeful. We could see different servers, so like our location wasn't. We've tried verifying game files. We've tried a character reset. Do we do another character repair? Can we do another character repair? That's frustrating, guys. But yeah. I guess I'll just plug my sim racing channel. If any of you did enjoy the breakdown of the sort of that race that we just did, and enjoyed that wheel to wheel racing and stuff, that combat that we had done there, I had this other channel. It's called Gunner Got Game, and I only sim race there. But I'm sad about. I want to be streaming Star Citizen right now. We're just waiting for the character repair to go through. I really want to play it. How's everyone's Monday gone? Let's talk about life a bit. Everyone have a good Monday? We'll throw that on in the background just for something to do, but...
Right side. He's still there. 3 wide, you're on the left. Clear right. Car left.
Spent most of the day farming high quality ores. Nice, dude. So okay, so let's talk about that. How quickly were you able to find stuff that was like above like 850, right? Because that's what I'm curious about. And were you in Pyro or were you in
Car right.
Stanton? Or were you in
Right
Nyx?
side's clear. Green left side. We think that.
Iron is absurdly tough to find. I wonder if it's just you need to know the spots for it.
On your left.
You were in all three, okay.
Clear left. Left side. Clear left.
But yeah, damn, okay. Well, I need to get enough mining resources to, or rep, not resources, enough mining rep to get Rockbreaker unlocked. Because I want to go, honestly, real talk, I'm going to be real with you. I want to grief Rockbreaker. I want to buy access to a contested zone with no intention of doing it until, like, I have motives there, and I just want to see if I can get a good space battle there.
Okay. Not a hard
Right.
start.
I want to see if I can lock down one of these stations, because in theory, the contested ones should have like 5 teams going to them. And I'm not sure if people are going to even bother with the contested ones, but I want to try it once. But I need to do stupid mining rep to do it, and I have no idea how. I have never done mining seriously in the game. I tried it like one time in like 3.14, dude. And like, let's be real, like, I personally have no interest in crafting or in like mining for crafting. But I'm super happy it's in the game because I want to be able to buy stuff from a crafter. That's what I want. I want to like say, hey, listen, man, I know you've been working on this stuff. I need a tier 5 NN14. I'll hand you 1,000,000 credits. Let's make this happen. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, that was just that
Yellow
one.
flag in sector 1. We think Andy has stopped it. The car in front is clean. Green
I've
flag.
tried. I have tried the loop. I do have a mining ship. I have a golem, and I know you need modules. I just can't really be arsed to learn because like where my core enjoyment with Star Citizen comes from is improving. It's the same reason I like sim racing actually, and like the range stuff in sim racing is it is a difficult skill, and I like seeing myself get better at it. Like that's where my enjoyment and drive comes from. It's not about missions. It's not about money. It's not about unlocking blueprints. It's I like logging in for a day, fighting, and feeling like, man, I figured out how to do that, how to like merge a little bit better, or you know, I now I know how to rate a little bit better, and immediately seeing those results against other people in real time is super engaging to me.
That Sebastian
If I didn't PvP in this game,
binned it.
I probably wouldn't still be playing it, just because it is so frustrating, right? Like right now, we can't even play the game, right?
49.
But I have a golem. I can engage with it, but
10 places and 2 laps.
it's just Since, especially because mining is its own thing and there's no flight side to mining, that's why it's not particularly interesting to me, right? Like, if you had to be really precise in your positioning of the ship, and like there was like energy currents that would eddy off the rock and you needed to keep the ship stable or something, and that's why like you would take a mole, is because you have somebody whose only job is flying the ship and keeping it stable. That would be engaging to me, right? You're totally right. It's just like I'm not saying I can't enjoy other elements of Star Citizen, because I can and I do, but like the core root of why I log into Star Citizen is to get me in a fighter pilot seat and to go as hard and fast as I can, and to see what I can do with that. All right, we've given that some time. We should, in theory, be able to log in now. That are acting like it's the first time login for the patch, so I'm praying it fixes me. Okay, new Babbage, different server groups. Don, I want to try to join your server. So are you mining right now? Let's see if Dawn has saved us, or if the characters have saved us. And these are at 0. They get stuck at 8K. We are still bugged. Okay, it's going up. It's climbing. Stuck at 6K. Current player location invalid. No current planet. Yeah, unfortunately, it does look like we're still bugged. I really want to make content again, guys. Like the only reason I took the break at creating videos was because I wanted to get 4.7 here. I didn't want to put out bad info. It's here. I have things to say, but I can't get footage. I can't play the game. Very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Well, I mean, we've been trying for like 2 hours. I mean, we did take a break and go play some Arena Commander offline, and like that was cool and all, but like it's not the testing I need. I need to test these PU builds in PU. Even in Arena Commander, people are just going to run Panther builds, but in PU they're going to run the mixed loadouts. I'm almost certain, but I need to verify that. I need to verify that stuff. Oh, Star Citizen. Yep. All right. Well, we've already verified. We've already. I guess. Does anyone have any questions about flight, about gameplay, about balance? I still got a lot of time to play this test in PTU, and I still got a lot of valid testing data there. We can talk about different ships. We can talk about, you know, what could be good for different things. I don't know when we're going to get into the game, or if it's going to happen tonight. I want it. I want it bad. And now we are once again having this bug where we are stuck. What do you think about the Talon Strike and Talon? Okay, and 4.7. So they get access to the size 4 guns. They're stealth, which is really good. Missiles kind of got a nerf and a buff. So what the Talon offers is basically a stealth out wolf with worse guns. The wolf does have the best weaponry. Does have the best weaponry for like base fighter stuff. Now it does cap out, I believe, at the C2. It can't hurt more than the C2, but until then you get a repeater that can damage everything. So the wolf is in a very good place. The Talon gets access to the Rhino, and the Rhino is also in a really good place. The Rhino can damage a lot of these ships like the heavy fighters. So as a stealth attack fighter, the Talon is in a good spot.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
The Strike, with how they change missiles, is like kind of almost there.
Shields online.
The Talon, really, I do need to test pure missile builds more to give it a fair strike, fair try. But if missiles are actually very good to the shipping armor, as a support ship, it could be invaluable. Same with the Firebird. If missiles actually do serious armor damage, then yes, spamming missiles against things is going to be incredible. It's the only light fighter that's stealthy, right? Yes, I believe so. So what I would use the regular Talon for is a stealth anti-fighter ace platform. So you would be running rhinos on it, and you would only focus on heavy fighters and below. Maybe paladin sized ships, maybe things along that nature, like the Redeemer and stuff. Maybe a Connie, I think, can be damaged by the rhinos, but then you're gonna stay in your lane. It's very similar to the wolf, but you're gonna have the advantage of stealth. The wolf will fly better. The Talon is gonna be hit and run, right? The Strike, it purely depends on actually how effective it is at running, and you know, running, staying a distance, and then deleting armor. If it can genuinely just absolutely annihilate armor, then it's going to be a very useful tool. Same with the Firebird. They're gonna be very useful tools, because if you have a fighter wing and you can just put one guy who's lower skilled in a Firebird or a Talon Strike and remove all armor off of a fucking Idris with a huge burst, after, you know, you have your, you know, your guys in the Hornets take care of PDCs, boom, you're a hunting pack. Same with any ship lower than it, right? Though I will say, if you wanted to hunt PDCs, you would definitely swap to the deadbolts on some of these, maybe even deadbolts on the top gun there. That way you could shoot through shields and blow up the PDCs. I don't think I would ever give up these bottom 4 guns though. These bottom 4 guns, in my opinion, are best in slot, and when you want to specialize the Hornet, you specialize the top turret. So I was kitted for anti-fighter stuff, but yeah, once again, you're gonna have to manage your weapon groups, and it will require different stuff. Wow, DLSS does not like this gravel texture. Oh man, it's but yeah, God, this game is beautiful though. I absolutely adore how it looks. The art team, I will never criticize, even if ships are too big. So does that make sense, Don? Are you hearing what I'm saying? The issue, the weakness of the Talons is that they only get 2 guns, so you can't really quite run these. It's not efficient to run an anti-everything build. All right.
Wasn't scared to see you, always knew it in my bones. That's all they hear is you said you don't know me well, but I'm your angel in white. I'll be close if you come on me, just behind you. You're not on the list, but I can get you inside. Listen to
So the Shiv is better than a Titan for an all-rounder? Yes. At minimum, yes. Is there a better option? In my opinion, the Shiv is the best solo ship in the game. Now the Titan is interesting, but not necessarily as an all-rounder. The Titan is an incredible team fight ship, guys. Oh, put that up. I try to pull it. So anything Interceptor tuned, like the Avenger series, like the Buccaneers, like the racing ships, right? They work really good in tandem pairs. So, but what the Shiv has is it has the firepower and maneuverability of a Super Hornet. It has an invulnerable back end that doesn't take damage, so that makes up for its size. It has the same firepower as the Super Hornet and the F7A, and the same turn rate. So even though it's huge, it can actually turn really well with ships. Great Gs, and of course the cargo bay, where you can make quite a lot of money with 32 SCUs, especially if you're doing illegal stuff, guys. As for oh wait, really, is the Prowler on sale? I did want to try that ship. All right, hold on. The view's not perfect. I need a little bit more forward here. Come on.
Weapon system destroyed.
Big ship to low fly through trees. Aw. How to fly the ship optimally? Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Don. But I would, with how I fly, with what I do, as part of the traditional flight school, it's Shiv. If you're willing to do the flight tech that Alkaline Hawk does, then it's absolutely Prowler. And that's kind of where it is. It's like, what flight school do you subscribe to, right? And the unfortunate truth is, as far as I can tell, without doing a lot of work, there's almost no way for me to replicate his flight style while flying twin sticks. And I'm simply not gonna go to Hosam. I did fly with it. It was fun, but Twin Sticks is my home, right? All right. So we're gonna give the Shiv a combat loadout here. Okay, vehicle loadout. Now, because we're an arena commander, we can't fully showcase the power of the Shiv because I still don't believe we have full engineering online. Where is it? Oh, these are size 2. So is it snowpack or whiteout? Don't know what the stealth coolers are. Size 2. We'll do ice boxes then. Okay, here we go. I don't usually bring it into yeah, we're gonna do our blue blossom here. Arena commander. All right, we're gonna go. Hold on, actually, it doesn't matter here because we have to switch to offline, or we just broke our UI. Thank you, Sarcism. We definitely broke the UI. All right, so we're gonna do an Alt F4 and rejoin again. Yeah, I was looking for a grade A, but I guess maybe they don't have one, or I was just blind. Anyways, you fly the Shiv optimally, the same way you do most heavy fighters, but because it has the turn rate of a medium fighter, you can do medium fighter tactics with it. You need to be careful though. You're going to be taking a lot of gunfire. You're always going to be taking shots. And basically how it works in the PU is you want to be taking shots in your rear, in your cargo bay. You have no components there, and as long as you don't lose an engine, it's basically a damage sink. It can be totally zeroed out HP. I guess now it will ship your armor, which is something to consider. But basically, if you take shots there, you won't die. If they shoot your nose, that's when you'll die. So you don't want to keep these high aspect fights, right? Now 1v1 is hard to do that, but when you're being attacked by multiple opponents, that's where you can kind of make things happen. Blue Pirate Swarm here. Launch it out. Now, so we were just talking earlier about how to fly the Hornet, and it's a very similar playstyle, guys. So, Gray Shiv. The difference is you never neutralize unless you are against a huge ship or a ship of equal size.
Your systems are online.
Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound.
Contact. Shield system is hit.
So you have good shields, you have great authority. Once again, I'm doing this the exact same loadout. Actually, I am downsizing to my size 3s to size 2s because these size 2s are incredible, guys. Best weapons in the game by far. But now I'm down strafing instead of up strafing to neutralize, and I'm using forward strafe to create this binary circle, this orbit gunfight. Once again, we're down strafing, we're not up strafing towards the pip, we're doing the opposite direction of the pip here. And that's keeping distance, right? So if I pull up and I bring that pip close, then I move forward, we get closer. However, if I push that pip far to the side, you know, like this, and now I'm on full forward thrust, we get closer and then we'll swing farther away like that. You see how we create those swings? Those swings and that level of sort of distance made by your main thruster is what keeps you in turn rate, even against those fighters, so you can use all your firepower like that, right? Using anti-fighter guns for fighters targets. And you know, if they get close enough, you can absolutely use your NN cannons, but the NN cannon's job is to deal with armored targets. Now we don't need to worry about these ballistics at all. Our armor will absolutely protect us here. So the Shiv with its stats is absolutely incredible. So now I'm going to change pips while one's recharged and just fire some of these NNs. It's still not very effective at range, so that's why you have a primarily anti-fighter loadout. So we just took some damage there, so something was hitting us. Probably the size 4 gun on this guy here, but once again, instead of strafing up to neutralize, we strafe down to keep distance. And then we're gonna change our pip there, fire that while we recharge, get that kill. So once again, you strafe in the direction opposite of the pip, you pull it away, and then you use forward strafe. So your main thrusters are what's keeping you separate, not your back strafe. If you back strafe, you lose. Now if they do get close, you can also just boost just all the way through them, you know? No armor stripped, we can fire all weapons. Just like that. Uriah, I wish I could say it was, buddy. We are entirely broken. We have not been able to play 4.7 all week. Ever since our bugged session, last time we played together, bud, I have not been able to get into the game. So right now we're in Pirate Swarm. This is literally the only way I can play against other ships. It is frustrating. We've tried character repairs, we've tried verifying game files. We've been unable to get any real footage, even though I have tons of videos to make that I want to make and get footage for. And I want to play the game, but I've been entirely unable to play since the patch dropped.
Damn it, we lost one of ours.
Hope so.
Little help over here.
So my muscle memory there made me strafe up because I'm used to being a light fighter, which is why we fell out. See, if we just keep that distance there, we can absolutely keep pressure on these guys.
I need a hand.
Now this would be more convincing if this was PvP, but I'm just explaining the concept to you, right? But as you see, the Shiv just performs admirably as a fighter. It has great armor now. It has the entire cargo bay, which you genuinely do not need to give a shit if your cargo bay is glowing red. It means nothing to how your ship flies. As long as you haven't lost engines, you're totally okay with a fully red, fully 0 HP cargo bay.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
It's just because of how I set them up. See, so if I had done the right ones, we could have them symmetrical. But you do want to give up 2 of your size 3s for those ends. The ends are basically a best in slot for any size under size 4. Actually, under size 5. No, size 4. Size 4. Sorry. My brain's a little bit brainy right now. And by that means, I mean stupid. That is what I am. Yeah, I've been really wanting to make videos. I've got lots of things to talk about. Mainly this build that I'm running right now for both the Shiv and for the Hornet is just absolutely incredible. It is the best PvP loadout in the game, in my opinion. I've got the Aurora to talk about, which, even though I'm disappointed in it, I think it can be fixed, and it might be fixed.
Taking fire. Holy shit, that was one of our ships.
Yeah, the Shiv is so absolutely incredible. God, after the Aurora flies like it, but just has none of the upsides, really. Look at that! Look at that! As long as we don't get armor stripped, we're very tanky as well.
Is it?
Can't lose anyone else.
Is destroyed.
Ow, that hurts. Those bastards are gonna pay for that.
Yeah, how have you been, Uriah, man? How have you been enjoying the patch? I haven't been able to play it. Instead, I ended up doing a 10-hour sim race with a team of 3 guys on Saturday.
Help!
That was fun. We actually did show some of it on stream today here.
Can't lose anyone else.
This build is so fucking good, guys.
Zero hostile contact. Target is destroyed. Warning. There are multiple hostiles. Contact.
The Shiv, oh God. I love this ship. I adore this ship, guys. Let's put on some music here.
We lost one.
It's an even better package as like an only ship now. I'm gonna turn down the music a bit. It's a little loud. There we go.
Shield system is hit.
They're killing me.
Oh, job hunting. I get you, man. It's always stressful, especially right now. Jobs are just not plentiful.
Need help now.
I know a little bit about that, and I have a buddy who's also in that kind of boat. Now, I haven't really been like, needing a new job, but like I really pissed off my boss, and so I'm like, oh, maybe we should look to see what's out there. It's like, oh no, let's bury the hatchet, right?
Help me.
Luckily, I didn't get fired, so win-win. We'll use all weapons to get through shields really quick. Then change here. So armor stripped. Armor stripped. All right. And now we annihilate you. Like that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Choke on that. It was one of ours.
It flies so good. For what it is, right? I know I talked shit about the Super Hornet, but the Super Hornet doesn't have the cargo bay. This is a genuine multi-role ship. It's not just a pure fighter. But it has the firepower, it has the utility, and now it has the armor too. Now that's not a good one. Let's get out from under that here. Get like this, and now push in, stay nice and close, right under him. Boom, like that. That's how we do it. That's how we avoid that dangerous nose gun that could have stripped our armor. We're gonna move up this repair over here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Create that binary circle, get that kill. Oh yeah. Can I ask what industry you work in? Well, obviously tech, but like software dev, IT, consulting, networking.
Those bastards are gonna pay for that.
Oh my god, I'm able to, with the side circle strafe, I'm actually able to. And then now can we get under that nose here? Like that. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. And armor should be stripped. I'm gonna apply it all here. Look at that melting away. Curse splat. Get shivved, boy. And we're gonna get through shields with all weapons. Oh, okay. I got a little bit ambitious there. I wanted to do a nice close merge and kind of forgot how big my ship was. We're used to the small boys, right? Okay, we're through. So we're gonna ship armor here. And now we can damage everything.
Hits.
This is where Arena Commander does get a little annoying. What's the loadout, Scorpio King? All right, so this is the same loadout that I run on Hornets, because the Shiv is just a Hornet with a cargo bay, a gorgeous Hornet with a cargo bay. But it is 2 Rhinos, 2 Panthers, 2 size 2, specifically size 2, NN14 neutron cannons. Now, the NN14s are bugs, so I want you to look right down there at our weapon MFD. As I fire them, you see how they had 90 shots instead of 25 for most cannons? Now what happens when I let go? 0.4 second recharge. These have the same velocity as the Omniskis, more damage than the Omniskis, and an instant recharge that never runs out. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't mean we can solo a hammerhead without range kiting, but it does mean that we can damage every ship in the game, and as part of a fleet, like in a Hornet loadout, or just as a general, you know, combat. This build is lethal. It can fight fighters. It can fight bigger ships. It can crash my game. Star Citizen has been so rough for us tonight, but that is the loadout. The NMs will be fixed, but even when they're fixed, they might still be really worth it because they only take 1 pip of power, not 1.5 like the light strikes in the Omniski, so they're very capacitor efficient. So even when they fix the size of the number of shots in the capacitors, and when they fix the recharge rate, they will still be, in my opinion, the best weapon to use offset to a anti-fighter loadout, right? So when they fix the size 2 NMs, will you win the size 3s? Maybe. I need to see what their capacitor charge is. The capacitor charge is 1.5. No, I won't. Amara Mark 1 SC with 2x2 and 2x1. How competitive do you think? Yeah. Give it 2 of those. I mean, the Bulldogs are in a rough spot, but I would give it Bulldogs in the secondary just for that constant damage. EdTech software. Gotcha, Uriah. I wonder if we're still bugged. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we aren't. We have not been able to join the game at all. Not since 4.7 has dropped. So the only way we've been able to fight or get any content is this. Yeah, the Aurora SE is more competitive than the Aurora Mark II. Although, part of me does want to try the Mark II again here. Because if you don't have access to a Shiv, an Aurora with a cargo module is remarkably close in stats. Just a lot worse in overall damage. Anyways, Spiegel, did that answer your question on the Shiv and how to fly it? Like, did I explain it well enough? Or do you, or are you still fuzzy on the details, actually, before I change ships here? Because I can slow down and talk about what I mean more about how to fly the Shiv well. If you need that. Okay. We're flying the Mark II Aurora now with the same style loadout, but of course we're all size 2s, so we're going to be a little bit less efficient here. Yeah, see, it just takes so much longer to kill. Doesn't have the same armor killing and just raw DPS numbers, right? The roll is also quite lazy. See, it's big, and that's why I really think they can buff its stats without becoming overpowered. If they really did just make it fly like a hawk, not like a Super Hornet, it would be a genuinely amazing starter ship. So this flies almost the exact same as the Shiv, but doesn't have that same lethality, you know? Now let's put on VTOL, because that does help it quite a lot, I just remembered. VTOL mode gives it an extra G on his upstrafe, which and no lost Gs anywhere else. So you see immediately we're actually doing a lot better at closing in, because we can close. And you see, look at the difference that 1G turning it on did. Now, putting on a rear package loses you 2 Gs. That's why like CAG is crazy saying, oh, it's a minor loss in performance to put these on. No, 2 Gs is 10% of your maneuverability you're giving away. It's asinine that they thought that was minor. If it was like 0.3 Gs, that would be okay. So you fly the Aurora much the same way you fly the Shiv, though it has a little bit more forward authority when you don't have that rear. See, even against a Gladius, it just doesn't have the kill power. We took a lot of damage there. We're gonna, the nose is bugged.
Taking heavy fire.
That was one of ours.
Yeah, missiles are very hard to test without a second person because I can't look at the actual engineering console. Now it can dodge fire if you do this, but this requires head tracking. That is a circle strafe done with the front thrusters. Okay. This ship can be good. Guys, hear me out. What they need to do is they need to give it the G profile of the Hawk, or they need to give it more weapons. So if instead they added in so right now they have the module called the defense module, not combat. They added in a combat module that adds another 2 size 2 weapons. Right? That would be good. Now, is added in a racing module instead that ups its forward Gs to like 25, like the Scorpius. That would also be good. Kitty, you can't step on my keyboard. Oh my god. I mean, as we are in PvP right now, so the little boy didn't do anything too wrong. But it's just right now, it's simply like it doesn't fly horribly. It just can't kill things quicker than it will die. My cat's being really pushy right now. Baby, I'll give you love in a second. Let me kill this guy. The jousting of these frickin' bucks. Even the AI jousting them because they just have so much forward thrust. Why I'm not giving up on the Aurora yet, especially because it does have a lot of potential utility. It just takes so long to kill. Exactly, right? Baby boy.
I need a hand! We can't lose anyone else! Crap. Shields damaged.
Yeah, it has so little G's, so I have very little I can do to like catch and stay with these guys because they give it so poor G's. That's why we're doing all these jousts. It's not that I'm not trying to catch them, guys. Is that literally like I don't have much acceleration in the ship. We finally got into position here. Look at everything we had, and we're gonna have to give it up here to not block ourselves out. There we go.
Taking damage.
I can't stay there. And that's against the AI, against a player who will be ruling a lot more, and we can't get close enough to really make that impossible. But yeah. I don't hate the ship. It can be fixed. It looks amazing. It's really usable, honestly. Like, I love the interior of it. That's a usable multi-role interior right there, right? Give it 2 more guns. Give it better G's, and it's here, right? We are gonna reset. Look about the Shiv, because once again, this thing and the Shiv have nearly identical G's, but the Shiv is so much more efficient because it has the armor, it has the firepower, and then it flies the same. This is why the Shiv is still the kingpin. Once again, pushing away. Don't stay, don't let them keep you in backstrafe. Although I'm stuck in backstrafe because I think my pedals.
Those bastards are gonna pay for that.
That's not good.
Torrent. Ah, shit the bed. That one hit. That one hit.
Hey, we gotta. Maybe? Nope. I'm gonna have to fully power in. This is my pedal control box here that's not getting a signal. While we're stuck in back shaking, I said don't do. Yep, there we go. Now we can fly again.
Damn it!
And we can actually do what we want to do here, which is this.
Damn it, we lost
Is
one of
dead.
ours.
Have fun with that.
Sky, lower G's is... It might be a little less snappy, but a less responsive ship is never going to be easier on a new player. If anything, it's going to lead to a lot of overshoot. Because remember, sure, okay, it might not turn as fast, but it's going to stop not as fast as well. And I'm not talking about forward and back, I'm talking about left and right. You're going to have a lot of this weird slop. And I can kind of emulate it here, right? Where I can boost and kind of let go. You get this kind of weird, it's really hard to tell you, but you feel it. Where as you went out of speed, it kind of just, your nose will do this floaty bobbing that is really annoying in a turn fight or in anything, versus sharper ships that would simply just stop quicker because they have the G's to deaccelerate in that direction.
One of ours. I'm hit. That was one of ours. How about some help over here?
Oh, damn. But yeah, it's a little sad that we can't join online. I do think, guys, that I want to call it there, but they did it to make it not the best ship ever at $45. Because honestly, if it was too good, then it would be like not a ship you want to upgrade away from, which I personally think needs to change. Like I want starters to not just be a stepping stone that you leave behind. I want them to still have like a use, right? But also I like small ships. That's what I enjoy. So anyways, guys, it's almost midnight over here, so sad that we couldn't get into the game. I really wanted to. Maybe tomorrow or maybe later on this week I'll be able to actually play 4.7 in live without having it bug out on me. I will catch you guys later. So you're right, it is going to be 60 soon, but I don't know, they really should have, like, if they give it the same G's as the Hawk, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. But hey, we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry we couldn't actually do PvP. I tried. Catch you all later, guys.